Okay, guys, you can see the question written on the board. It is very easy. Now, the question says, classify the following substances into atoms, molecules, ions, and radicals. Now, to answer this question is very easy. Now, looking at option A, which is simply H. Now, whenever we see the symbol in chemistry, H, we simply call it hydrogen. Now, it must be noted when that particular symbol is standing alone, we simply say that that particular element called hydrogen is existing in its atomic state. So, looking at H here, we simply call it hydrogen atom. Now, for option B, it is still hydrogen, but now it is in the molecular form. Why is it in the molecular form? It must be noted that a molecule is formed from at least two atoms. So, looking at this particular substance, this is a molecule because we have two atoms of hydrogen forming it. So, these are the atoms. H bonding to H. So when H bonds to H, we have H2. So this is the molecular form of hydrogen. So we call it hydrogen molecule. Looking at option C is still like option A. It is simply chlorine as an element, and chlorine is standing alone. So what do I call it? Chlorine atom. Now looking at option D basically is CO2. Now CO2 here is a molecule. Why is it a molecule? It is a molecule because it is made up of different atoms. Now looking at this is carbon atom, whereby this is oxygen atom. Yes, it is oxygen atom, but here how many oxygen atom are we having? We are having two atoms of oxygen. So what do we have here? It is simply carbon bonding to two atoms of oxygen. Okay, so when we join them together, we simply have CO2. So that is that about option D. So for option E, which is CO3 2 minus. Now, CO3 2 minus is a radical. Why is it a radical? It is a radical because it is made up of various atoms bearing a charge. That is what a radical is. So you can see here that this is carbon atom and these are oxygen atoms. So how many atoms of oxygen are we having here? We are having three atoms of oxygen. So you can see that this is carbon atom, this is oxygen atom bearing a particular charge. So all of these atoms bearing a particular charge forms a radical. And what is this radical called? It is called the carbonate radical. It is called the carbonate radical. Now for the next, which is option F, this is sodium and this is a charge which is +1. So what does it mean? This is just sodium atom, and this sodium atom is bearing a charge. So it must be noted, a charged atom is simply called an ion. A charged atom is simply called an ion, but to be specific, it is positively charged, so we call it a cation. Now for option G, which is Cl minus, this is simply an atom of chlorine, but it is bearing a charge, and this charge here is negative charge. So it means that this atom will be called an ion, but specifically an anion. And for option H, you already know why it is a radical. So if you find this video helpful, do well to click the subscribe button and also share these videos to friends. Thanks for watching.